Welcome to a TaxBuzz Tax Time Tax Update. My name is Lee Reams, and I'll be talking to you about some changes brought on here by the American Rescue Plan. So it's official. The American Rescue Plan passed Congress, and there's another round of stimulus payments that are going to be on their way. Anyway, the stimulus payments, the official title is the Economic Income Payment, or EPI. And they are authorized by the American Rescue Plan Act. And for this round, these amounts will be $1,400 for individuals or $2,800 for joint filers, plus $1,400 per dependent. And unlike the prior payments, the payment will apply to all taxpayers' dependents regardless of age. The amount is going to be based on the 2020 tax return or the 2019 tax return if the 2020 has not been filed by the time the Treasury issues the payments. There is a high income phase out because these payments or EPIs are intended for lower income Americans. Thus, the amount of the payments is phased out for taxpayers with higher adjusted gross incomes, and we all know that is referred to as AGIs. So from the table, we'll see here that we have, if you have the filing status of married filing joint, these payments will start getting reduced when your AGI gets to 150,000, and by the time it gets to 160,000, you won't get a payment. For heads of household, that threshold's between 112,500 and 120, and for other filing statuses, including normally single, between 75,000 and 80,000. And we have an example here to show you how this works. So in this example, we have taxpayers filing married filing joint, and they have one dependent, and their AGI is 152,500. And you know that's 152,500 is above the 150,000 threshold for joint filers, and it is above that 150,000 by 25% of the distance between the 150 and 160,000. So because of that, 25% of the payment will be phased out or reduced by 25%. So here's an example. So if your EIP is $4,200, in this case, this example, the taxpayers got $2,800 and they had one dependent plus $1,400, so they have $4,200 as their EIP. However, because they were in the phase out range, we got to look at that and we say, okay, the credit of the $4,200 is being reduced by 25%. So the phase out is $1,050. So in this case, their payment will be $3,150, which is the $4,200 minus the $1,050. There's some other issues here to talk about. So you like in the past, well, these have to be reconciled on your tax return. So for these payments, they'll be reconciled on the 2021 tax return, which means if you didn't get what you were entitled to for the advance payment, you can get the balance of it on your 2021 tax return. And if you got too much in your advance payment, you don't have to pay it back. Good deal, huh? Anyway, the dependents who file their own tax returns are not eligible for an economic impact payment. And all filers, including the dependents, must have a Social Security number to qualify to get the economic impact payment. And there is one exception. You have you're adopting a child will have an ATN, which is an adoptive taxpayer identification number. We call that ATN, and that will qualify for the impact payments. Non-filers, if you got the previous economic impact payments, you will get this one automatically. If not, otherwise search on the IRS website for non-filer tool, and it'll explain what you need to do. As a follow-up, you want to check on the status of rebates. You can do that by going to Get My Payment feature on the IRS website. And again, you can find that by just going to the IRS website and then under the search, just search under Get My Refund. Excuse me, Get My Repayment, and you'll get that tool. I want to thank you for joining us and hope to see you next time. Take care.